On the 25th of May, Robtop announced Geometry Dash 2.206, the upcoming update to be added to the game. The announcement included teasers for potential features, which as expected, was speculated heavily by the community. The main interpretations of the tweet were a vanilla no-clip mode, a new currency of some kind, perhaps a new shop to accompany it, save practice progress in platformer mode, and 64-bit Windows support. These are great features to have in the vanilla game, especially 64-bit support, since it would mean that you could run pretty much any level, regardless of the amount of optimization or objects it had. Saving platformer mode checkpoints would also be incredibly useful to the large majority of players, as it is incredibly tedious to have to leave your game open if you want to take a break from platformer mode, or have to no-clip all the way back to where you were before. With these thoughts in mind, the community was excited to see what the new update would actually entail, and whether their assumptions were correct. And surprise surprise, they largely weren't correct in their assumptions. No new currency, we still have no idea what this symbol meant, and no platformer mode save checkpoints. In the update's defense, 64-bit was actually implemented, which, as I've said, is amazing for the game's longevity. Another one of the features actually implemented was the vanilla no-clip, but it is rather defective. The feature has a built-in anti-cheat for some reason. It's next to impossible to use since Robtop changed slope physics when using the feature. Like, the point of implementing features like this is to remove the need of hacks for legitimate players, and this just entirely misses the point. My general problem with updates like this getting so much hype is largely that all of this should have been implemented years ago. It's genuinely insane that a community of this size is happy about 64-bit support. This is a given in basically any game in the market, and has been for years. Also, Robtop alone is just not enough when it comes to developing the game. Over a decade ago, when the game was just on mobile and it wasn't taken very seriously, or as advanced as it is now, yes, I can understand being a solo developer. There's a lack of funds, and it simply isn't necessary. But once 2.2 was announced as in development, Robtop needed to stop being so stubborn and actually recruit and employ modders and coders to help with the game's development. The fact that 2.2's development took half of the game's lifespan when the update was frankly not big enough to constitute for that much of a wait is crazy. It's important to acknowledge that after 2.2 came out, Robtop said that 2.21, the update containing the rest of 2.2, Explorers and other stuff, would come out soon after that update did. And here we are, 6 months later, with 2.206. I really don't think there's any excuse as to why Mega Hack isn't native within Geometry Dash. Obviously there would be an anti-cheat, no clipping levels should not count towards a completion of your stats or anything like that. Not only Mega Hack, but Geode. Mods should be approved by Rob with a native version of Geode, having vanilla click between frames and other cosmetic and quality of life changes. This would entirely remove the need for the hacks which he hates so much. Looking at all of this through a competitive lens, it is unbelievably evident that Robtop has zero interest in this side of the community. Rob almost never communicates with the lists, and purposefully ignores any proposition of native support of said lists, or any kind of hacks or cheats. The entire drama surrounding Tidal Wave not being rated as well. Having to harass someone into rating a level because it needs to meet that criteria to place on the list is beyond stupid. In my opinion, Rob is rather selfish for the entire rating system, simply relying on his own personal opinion, with no consultation of other people's thoughts and feelings, and Point are silly for relying on this brain-numbingly awful way of grading levels. I genuinely believe that Robtop should be completely separate from Point When people argue, you can't use click between frames because Rob won't rate levels that are verified with it, without considering that there's really no reason for the lists to follow said system. Just have a basic decoration standard which needs to be met, and if people don't like that Point mods should decide on whether a level should place, which is silly, having any level sent to Rob by a mod place would also be completely fine. So to conclude, the new update, while useful, is disappointing. And Robtop alone as a developer is not fast enough to keep up with the advancements of the game. If Rob continues to fail to implement hacks into vanilla, or continues to condemn their usage by not rating levels verified with it, Point need to prioritize their players and simply move away from Robtop and vanilla completely. Anyway, that's all my thoughts and feelings. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.